Good evening everyone and welcome to TT_Project Cars. This is Season 4, Round 5 here at the Circuit of the Americas, Grand Prix Circuit here in America. This is Racing Roulette and I'm James Head 14, going to be commentating you through the action. Apologies about the slight delay to the stream starting. I did get caught a little bit short somewhere, so I'm just going to say that, so I do apologise for me being just slightly later than normal. But I'm here, that's the main thing, and that's what we like to see. So coming into tonight, obviously, Crusher Bro has taken the 4 wins here tonight, here this season so far. Hockenheim, Spa, Silverstone, Indy Road Circuit, all gone the Norwegians' way, and he currently leads the championship on 104 points. Still quite close though in that championship. Alan Kay now in second, the Irishman, 73 points he is on. McKinnon Few in third on 64 points, with Sinclair in fourth on 64. Aguilera in fifth, the Spaniard on 56 points. Molly Matt in sixth, the Italian on 49 points. Then we've got Charlie on 48 points in 7th, Andy on 41 points in 8th, Theo Daly in 9th on 29, and Nico Casti on 12 points after his debut last week, and he is back once again this week. And just give you a bit of flavour about the cars, yes, we are using the Group C1 cars here tonight, 9 different cars for them to choose. The Sauber C9, don't really choose that one, I've been running that in practice just before we came live here. I've been running that in practice. The gearing is very, very awful in these cars, so the drivers are going to have to get used to it, making sure that they hit the timing right with the gearing and the cornering as well. Cornering very, very tricky round here, especially in the final sector at Circuit of the Americas. Of course, Formula Reynolds to follow after this. 9 drivers currently here, so we've got Alan Kay, Aguilera, Andy, Kieran McGinley, who is taking to the track for the first time this season for the remaining 3 rounds of the championship. Good to see him here. McKinnon Few, Molly Matt, Sinclair, Nico Casti and Crusher Bro, of course, all the others. So the main championship contenders here tonight for Racing Roulette, and the championship possibly could be decided if everything goes Crusher Bro's way, but knowing in Project Cars, anything can happen, and I'm pretty sure anything can and probably will happen here in Project Cars too. We should be getting going very shortly indeed. I'm going to tune into the comment section and see how everyone is. Good evening to Crusher Bro, good evening to Kieran McGinley, yes, well indeed, he is here, the Irishman, the Brit commentator, of course, the half Irish, half Brit commentator here tonight, and let's see how he gets on out on track. Bit of a baptism of fire, but I think he'll go on, he'll do very, very well indeed. If he's been watching the previous streams as well, he'll know what this is all about. Andy also coming in and saying, done my practice in the Porsche, now in the Sauber Mercedes, massive death is on its way. Yeah, I've got to say these cars are pretty hard to handle, and I mean, I know from seeing this in Gaffer Racing, who I commentate for, who I used to commentate for. I'm not going to be commentating on them going forward, sadly, but obviously these cars have been used as one of their championships, and I have managed to commentate on these cars before, so I know what they're like. I know how difficult it will be for the drivers to unfold here out on track, and I'm sure we are going to get going very shortly indeed. I imagine we'll start 5 past, or as soon as everyone is here, that is. In terms of the corners, Herman Tilke designed track. 2012, the first Grand Prix actually came here in Formula 1. That was, of course, taken by the... that was, of course, the first Grand Prix held at this track. Formerly Indianapolis, of course, held an American race round here. Circuit of the Americas, quite different to some of the tracks that we've been to this season. Elevation change on this track, roughly around 50-60 feet, roughly up towards turn 1, and then down through the hairpin of turn 1 down into turn 2. That is how tricky these corners are going to be for these cars out on track. 20 corners, as I say, for the drivers to get a hold of here tonight. No penguins out in force yet in the comment section. Hopefully there might be when I check now in the comment section that the penguins are out in force here tonight. Crusher Bro, let's go jumping curbs. Just waiting on Theo Daly to come. Theo Daly is a little bit late, so he will be joining very shortly indeed. The penguins are now out in force in the chat. Thank you for that, Crusher Bro. Pingu. Chocolates are a band enhancement. Now I know why you're so fast. I shall get the chocolate, says Crusher Bro. Can he get 5th race of the season? 5th win of the season? You'll have to just tune in and wait and find out, because we will be getting going, as I say, very shortly indeed, for Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix, for the Racing Roulette and Formula Reynolds, of course, still to come after this. Quite enticing, that championship battle still. Crusher Bull still miles ahead, of course, in that championship. Alan Kay now in 2nd in the Formula Reynolds in the championship standings, and McKinley and Aguilera right up there as well. So the main 4 that are top in the Racing Roulette, apart from Sinclair that is, pretty much in the same position in the Formula Reynolds series, and that's how we're going to look forward to that very shortly indeed. We will be getting going, as I say, very shortly indeed. Theo Daly should be coming possibly. I'm not sure if he's running late. I'm not sure if there's been any messages in the chat, which I will check about that now. A lot of comments coming in, which is good to see in the chat. Give Theo 2 more minutes, and we have given him 2 more minutes. 5 past. Everyone just thinking, McKinley says he loves me. Thank you, McKinley. I am sadly not like that, sadly. Go from there he is. There's Theo Daly. Theo Daly is in quite a few blue liveried cars, so we can get going for Project Cars 2. The Racing Roulette action about to begin here at Circuit of the Americas. 20 corners, as I say, and we'll get a first real sense of the track map. 3.42 mile in length, 20 turns for the drivers to unfold, and it is on dusk as well. 8 o'clock here in America, pretty much like in real life time, and I think it's the only Grand Prix this season that is actually held in real life time. I had read that last week, even before we came here, that was going to be the case. So just having a look at the comments, the final time before I get going. McKinley, top 3 predictions. Mr. James predicts Crusher Bro for the win, McKinley for you in 2nd, Andy in 3rd. There you go. That is my top 3 for the Racing Roulette. I never make predictions for the Racing Roulette. It's the first time I made one this season. So, yeah, you'll just have to wait and find out, see if that comes true or not. Just tune in and wait out and find out. Oh, look at this. It's very, very dark indeed. So, Sinclair will start us off on pole position. Crusher Bro in 2nd, with Kevin McGinley in 3rd on his debut. Aguilera in 4th, with Andy in 5th. Nico Casti in 6th. Alan Kay in 7th, with Theo Daly in 8th. Molly Matt in 9th. And McKinley right from the back, starting in 10th position. So the prediction, really, 2nd, 5th and 10th you want to be looking out for in terms of the prediction. We're just about to start. I haven't got the speedo on the map up, but the light sequence is about to go out. And we're underway for the racing here in Racing Roulette. Very good start from pretty much everyone. Somebody bugged down off the start further down the field. McKinley for you, very slow away. And Crusher already leads down into turn 1. 3 wide, 3 in a bed. Doesn't really work down into turn 1 at the hairpin. Not sure if there's been a spin on the inside. There is somebody round in the background. Was it Theo Daly, I wonder? Possibly. Aguilera's let through Andy, so Crusher Pro leads. Andy in 2nd as they come through the F section for the first time. That's definitely not what you like to see. Aguilera upside down out the race. I was just saying how he crept through the field very nicely indeed, and obviously there's been some contact off camera there, which obviously we do apologise for. There has been a death sadly out on track with Aguilera now upside down and out of the race, it seems. But Crusher Pro leads the way. 3.5 seconds the gap to Andy in 2nd. Alan Kay has made the move. Stick on Nico Casti is very late on the brakes. Down the inside. Is that going to work? He joins track safely. Alan Kay gets the run off the corner, and I think he's going to get the position. So Alan Kay has got that position. Again, the timings are a bit wayward on my screen. I do apologise. The interval timings for the last couple of weeks now have not been right within the stream, so I do apologise. We have got side-by-side action though, just in behind us. McKinley and Kieran McGinley, I think, going side-by-side. That is the camera angle of dreams right there. And Kieran holds off McKinley for now as there's contact ahead. Nico Casti launching one up the inside on Alan Kay, I think that was. Bit of a wild manoeuvre. I'll have to be investigated by the stewards, of course. Nico Casti, as a result, is in 7th. Alan Kay now in 7th, Nico Casti in 8th, so he has waited up from, which is good to see. Molly Matt in 9th and Aguilera still upside down, it seems, in that first sector. But at the end of lap 1, Crusher Pro leads the way out on track with 5.5 seconds the gap F2, Andy in second. Kieran McGinley now in third as a result of that contact. McKinder for you into fourth. My prediction coming right? Well, still a long way to go yet. Kieran McGinley though, defending off the position of McKinder for you, who launches it down the inside, takes the much deeper line going through into turn one, gets up on the curb slightly. Curbs can be considered as death on this track. Aguilera has retired from the session, so Aguilera out the race. Kieran McGinley down to fourth as a result of that. Timing to fix themselves, and Sinclair now coming through the field. The Scotsman right on the back of Kieran McGinley, and surely he's not going to try and go around the outside through turns 5 and 6 there. Now into turn 7, and he has. He's mastered it around the outside of turn 7. Sinclair, take your hat off to him. What a move that is. Round the outside of Kieran McGinley. Fantastic stuff by the Scotsman. He's up to 4th position. Made it look quite easy. He's right on the back of McKinder for you already as they come out of camera shot. Bit of a prove run, I think, there by McKinder for you. They get the braking underneath themselves. Sinclair just has a bit of a slide coming out the hairpin at turn 11. McKinder for you and Kieran McGinley now chasing him down. We'll go on board then with the action that is happening out on track. We'll go on board with McKinder for you, trying to hunt down Alan Kay. Sinclair, that is, in third. McKinder for you in fourth. They're braking very early down the straight. They want to get the cars into the corner. McKinder for you just gets a bit of a slide out of the corner. Looking very nice indeed, as he is 9.5 seconds up on that personal best. It's still Crusher though out in front by a maintaining margin of about 10.6 seconds. Andy in second. Sinclair now pulling away from McKinder for you slightly. McKinder for you doing a good job though in fourth. Kieran McGinley in fifth. Alan Kay, as a result of that contact, is pulled away from Nico Cassidy in sixth, and he's beginning to hunt down. He's only 2 seconds off Kieran McGinley, so he can easily come into the podium fight here tonight in Racing Roulette. Nico Cassidy is in 7th, Molly Matt is in 8th, and Theo Daly is heading off through turn 15, that is, through the left-hander and through the triple right. So Theo Daly has spun around and struggling at the back of the field, but of course, as soon as he gets to the line, he will be picking up those valuable points. Crusher though leads the way. We're going back on board with the battle for third though, or what was going to be a battle for third. I think McKinder for you just had a poor exit out of turn 1. That gap is extended to around 1.4, 1.5 seconds, and just in behind actually, Alan Kay beginning to get right on the back of Kieran McGinley. Looking at the timing screens anyways, he's right on the back of him, but in terms of the map, he's still about 2 seconds off him by the seams of it. The Irishman is hunting down the Brits. Kieran McGinley and Alan Kay probably about to do battle here. Theo Daly is into the pits. Nico Cassidy and Molly Matt still running around in 7th and 8th position. And we'll go on board with Alan Kay running down the straight. Let's see how close he really is, Kieran McGinley. About 5/10 of a second. I say that is probably about right, as we are 5 minutes through already in the Group C1s here in the Racing Roulette. It is Crusher Pro who still leads the way by 11.6 seconds. Andy in second, with Sinclair now in third. McKinder for you in fourth. Those positions change. My prediction will be pretty much on. We're going on with Kieran McGinley now. They come through onto trackside cam once again. Timing screen's just messing up slightly. Alan Kay is still on the back though of Kieran McGinley. Mr. McGinley now under pressure from Alan Kay, and the Irishman just has a bit of overpower there at the corner at turn 15. Gets it held nicely. 16, 17 and 18, the triple right-hander, famously of course where Max Verstappen overtook Kimi Räikkönen on the inside, and a bit of snap of oversteer there from Alan Kay. As I alluded to before we even started the stream, or when we started this stream, these cars are very difficult to handle. You can probably appreciate why the drivers are probably going at about 1,000,000 miles an hour in their heads just to try and pick out the entry of the corner, pick out the gearing, the right gearing. These cars are very difficult to drive, so these drivers deserve a lot of credit here out on track tonight. As we'll go on board with a developing story, second and third now, 2 seconds away in terms of the timing screens, about 1.5 seconds now roughly. Sinclair and Andy, pretty much the two Scotsmen about to do battle here. Ooh, Sinclair just gets caught on the curb slightly, and Crusher did warn about the curbs being quite pedantic, let's say, around this track. And yeah, definitely the curbs. If you override the sausage curb a little bit too much on the inside of the curbs, then pretty much you're going to be ending up either in a spin or a bit of a half spin, certainly. Kieran McGinley now hunting down McKinder for you. That gap looks like it's about 1.4 seconds. Alan Kay has dropped off as a result of his mistake last lap around. We are on lap 4. We should be getting, I say, around 8-9 laps maybe out of this race. Crusher Bro leads the way at 15.5 seconds. Thing is, though, with Crusher Bro out in front, he's got so much of the traffic, so much of the grid in front of him, and he's got so much of the track in front of him, he can be prone to making a couple of mistakes. I remember certainly the last 2 weeks when he's been out in front by around 20-30 seconds, whatever it was, he has been prone to making just a few mistakes, and that could come back to bite him maybe. We'll have to look out for that during this race. 16.4 seconds the gap. Molly Matt has picked up a penalty. We'll just allude to that on the timing screens. 1 second worth of penalty there for Molly Matt, and as you can see in the race feed on the bottom, it was due to track limit abuse out on track. Sure, the drivers don't mean track limit abuse, but the game can be quite harsh at times. But Crusher Bro does lead the way. That is him coming towards Theo Daly. But, oh, I was just going to say the battle for second is heating up. But Sinclair's had a massive moment coming out of turn 2. He's into the wall. He's got suspension damage, I think, as well. So McKinley for you now inherits that third place. It's unlucky for Sinclair. He just caught the curb, I think, a little bit too much there. He's lost his right headlight, his left headlight even, and his left rear headlight is gone, and he has got suspension damage. You can really see how the car is now swarming about there out on track. Sinclair has got suspension damage, which is a shame. The good thing about it is, though, he's 10 seconds ahead of Nico Cassidy. Whether that gap does come down or not remains to be seen. I think it probably will come down at the moment. But developing again, Alan Kay is right on the back of Kieran McGinley even. Kieran McGinley is around 2.5 seconds off McKinder for you as well. The Irishman now hunting down as I get the shock of my life with my bin lid coming off. Goodness me. Alan Kay now down at the straight, down at the end of the straight through turn 12. Gets caught in the curb very nicely there and is beginning to hunt him down. That gap is around 5/10. And Alan Kay right on the back now of Kieran McGinley, and I have a sense that Mr. McGinley is going to be under some sort of pressure. He did allude to in the comments that he was feeling nervous into the race on his debut race. Sinclair, by the way, has lost the position to Nico Cassidy, and as a result of that suspension damage, Sinclair now down in 7th position. We'll go back on board with a battle for 3rd. McKinder for you there, and there's Kieran McGinley, and there is Alan Kay right on the back of him. So only 2/10, I would say, separating those two as they come now onto the start-finish straight once again to start lap 6 of this 15-minute endurance race here for the Racing Roulette. And Alan Kay right on the slipstream. Is he going to lunge it down the inside? Kieran McGinley takes the defensive line very nicely indeed. Oh, just comes onto the curb a little bit too much there, but stays ahead. Good defensive driving there by Kieran. And Alan Kay still right in the back as they come through pretty much what eyes up as Maggots and Beckett. Herman Tilke designed, of course, and I think it resembles Maggots and Beckett left and right through there, through turns 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then into 7, and then up the hill slightly into turn 8 and 9, and Alan Kay right on the back of him in what I think is Sauber Mercedes against the Nissan, and Alan Kay is fighting this. Only a hair's breadth between them, and Alan Kay up the inside of Kieran McGinley. Kieran's going to go for the switch back. Alan Kay right within his right there, got the curb very nicely indeed. Kieran just turned in a little bit too early, but Alan Kay is now up into 4th position. Can Kieran now fight back? We'll go on board with him. We'll see if he's picking up any slipstream running down the straight. 185 mile an hour down into the braking zone. Alan Kay braking slightly later than Kieran. And Kieran, I think, getting the traction off the corner correctly there, and he's still one on the back of him. This is a developing story, as I say, between 4th and 5th. The gap out on track around about a second now between Kieran and Alan Kay, who is now beginning to pull away from him. McKinley in 3rd, doing a good job. 32.5 seconds off the leader, though, who is Crusher Bro and is dominating once again. That chocolate definitely going to be coming his way. As I say, I'm not sure if he can actually wrap up the title here tonight in the Racing Roulette. I might have to wait till next week when we go to China for next week. That is, of course, at the Zhuhai International Circuit, I do believe we are at next week. I will check the calendar to confirm that at the end of the stream. And of course, Formula Reynolds still to come here tonight. Alan Kay opting to take the water line through turn 1 and actually getting some time through there. And the gap really between 3rd, 4th and 5th now is pretty much the same. About 3 seconds either way, really. McKinnon Few to Alan Kay is around 3 seconds, and then 2.5 seconds really to Kuhn McGinley in 5th position. Nico Casti in 6th. Molly Matt is in 7th. There is Theo Daly in 8th, who has overtaken Sinclair as a result of that suspension damage to Sinclair, and that spin coming through turn 2. Very weird position, very weird place, I've got to say, to lose actually the back end through there and actually crash into the wall. Has been done before, and obviously Sinclair has done that out on track here tonight. Crusher Bro now through 19 and 20, the 2 left-handed corners, and the Norwegian dominating here out in front. And we will have one more lap after this lap that he's about to go on to. Comes across the start-finish line to start lap 8. Start-finish line, remember, is actually further on here on the straight. The start-finish line for the F1, of course, is right at the start of the straight. Right at the end, leading towards the end of the straight, is the start-finish line for the racing here tonight. So just to clarify, if anybody picked up on that before me, then well done. You deserve a Blue Peter badge for that. Crusher Bro leads the way, 31.2 seconds. Andy in 2nd, but we'll focus our attentions really on this battle for 3rd and 4th. Sinclair is into the pits again. So Scotsman maybe eyeing up the fastest lap, I wonder. Let's see how this is going to pan out. Alan Kay though right on the back of McKinnon Few. It's about 2 seconds now, the gap between these two. Kieran McGinley has dropped off quite a lot actually. About 5 seconds now, that gap to Alan Kay. So now the focus of our attention since the 3rd and 4th, and of course this is the closest battle out on track, so this is really this is really the close battle out on track. I'm just going to recover myself. I will be back in just a minute. 2 seconds though between McKinnon Few and Alan Kay. 40 seconds to go here in the Racing Roulette. Just going to check the comment section. Good evening to Aguilator, who has just tuned into the comment section as well. Hi everyone, I hope to have more luck in the other races, says Aguilator. I'm sure you will, Aguilator, I'm sure you will. Not sure, if you can explain what happened with the contact, that would be fantastic. We'll try and, I will save the replay of course and have a look at it myself afterwards. But Nico Casti and Molly Matt now getting quite close. Battle for 6th. Crusher Pro has just came across the line to start that final lap of the race. But Nico Casti and Molly Matt, the timing says they're about 1.3 seconds away from each other. I think that's probably around 2 seconds actually. Nico Casti and Molly Matt is to come now through. Nico Casti doing a good job. Just dropped the back end there slightly through the left-hander. And Molly Matt with his penalty beginning to hunt him down, and of course, that gap has that timing penalty has actually increased to 2 seconds. So obviously, has been more track limit abuse there out on track. Alan Kay though, right on the back of McKinnon Few, and look at this. I think that might be is that Sinclair? I wonder. No, that's Theo Daly on the straight. Theo Daly is just about to get in the way of McKinnon Few. Hopefully, he does take avoiding action here. Doesn't interfere for the battle for 3rd, and there is Theo Daly parked up on the inside. Very nice sportsmanship there by Theo, and he doesn't lose position as a result because Sinclair is about 18 seconds behind him as well. But we'll focus our attentions on the leader in just a moment. McKinnon Few and Alan Kay though, as they come flying through. There is Crusher Bro through the middle sector now, 4 tenths down in his personal best lap, and his fastest lap of the race. Alan Kay 4 tenths down in the first sector. We'll go on board then with Crusher Bro. We'll come back on board with McKinnon Few and Alan Kay in just a little while. But Crusher Bro is going to make a 5 out of 5 here in Racing Roulette. Can anybody stop him out on track? I highly, highly doubt it. But Crusher Bro now is coming around the final 2 corners, and he is going to win here. Better come across the line any second now. Of course, it is the longest straight. Crusher Bro now coming across the line to win here at Circuit of the Americas. He takes the American double and takes it 5 out of 5. Fantastic win by the Norwegian. We'll focus our attentions though on a developing battle between Molly Matt and Nico Casti. Them two. Oh, Molly Matt has just lost his a little bit through the curb, just caught on the curb slightly. He joins track safely, but has lost the position to Nico Casti, who's now into 6th position, so they've swapped positions. In the meantime, Andy is going to be coming across the line in 2nd. I should honestly make more predictions in Racing Roulette, to be honest, because McKinley is going to finish 3rd as well. Andy is going to be finishing in 2nd, with McKinley in 3rd. And I've got to say, job done for me with my predictions. Andy, the Scotsman, coming across the line. Good point all for him. He's going to be across the line in 2nd position, with McKinley following in through, and the Sauber C9 in 3rd. And Alan Kay across the line in 4th again. Good points all from him. Good recovery drive, I've got to say, as well, from Alan Kay. Did have that moment earlier on. Kieran McGinley across the line in 5th position. We will have to wait just a little bit of time. Kieran has actually picked up a penalty for track limits right at the end of the lap. Not going to interfere though. And a 2nd going to be added on to his time, but it won't affect the positions. Nico Casti going to be coming across the line in 6th position. Sinclair has picked up a 2nd penalty as well for track limits, time penalty for track limits abuse. Nico Casti ran the final couple of corners now, and he is going to be finishing in 6th position. Again, a good recovery drive. He has picked up that position late on from Molly Matt, who was in the gravel as we saw on stream. Nico Casti across the line in 6th, and Molly Matt will be coming across the line in 7th, and I do believe that is it. Molly Matt across the line in 7th to complete us off, and that is Racing Roulette over and done with for tonight. It is Crusher Bro who takes the win by 46.2 seconds. Dominant win from him once again. Andy in 2nd, McKinley in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th, with Kieran McGinley on his debut in 5th, Nico Casti in 6th, Molly Matt in 7th, Theo Daly in 8th, Sinclair in 9th, not his day. Hopefully we'll see him better in the Formula Reynolds, and Aguileta in 10th position as well. But as I have just clicked on Return to Race Central, what an absolute idiot I am, goodness me, we'll end the stream here, and I'll get back into the lobby, and I'll get the new stream started in just a moment. So thank you very much for watching Formula Reynolds here, for Racing Roulette here. Formula Reynolds still to come. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.